With tomorrow's deadline for a complete troop withdrawal in Afghanistan looming, the threat level to Americans remains dangerously high.
Yeah, just hours ago, as we reported, U.S. forces reportedly shot down multiple rockets launched in the direction of the airport in Kabul. We want to say good morning to Congressman Adam Kinzinger, a veteran of the war in Afghanistan. Good morning to you, and thank you for joining us.
You bet. Good to be with you.
All right, let's get right into this, Congressman. As of this hour, I know it's a very fluid situation. There are reportedly some 250 American citizens still in Afghanistan. Can you tell us anything about efforts this morning to get them out safely?
Well, look, you cut out there. I want to make sure I still got you. But look, I can tell you it is obviously a very concerning situation. I think we need to stay there until the mission's complete. We don't leave people behind. That is an American tradition. That is an American code. We don't leave people behind. And sadly, it appears we may be, and particularly with our Afghan civ allies too. So look, it is a very dangerous situation. The key is we have our troops right now in the middle of an urban airport with one runway. Very bad plan. This is how we ended up here, and there certainly has to be answers of how we ended up in this bad position in the first place.
Well, the president has said that this is coming to an end, like it or not. As someone who served in Afghanistan, you said last week that the Afghan war has now been reignited. What do you mean by that, as far as what do you think is going to happen next?
Well, I think the endless war has been reignited. So, there's always been these politicians that love to get kind of a cheap hit and talk about endless wars, and they get a cheers in front of people. And frankly, as a politician, it's much harder to try to talk about the importance of this combat situation. But, look, when you go to war, it's only one side that chooses war. And right now, we can choose to disengage. We can choose that we're done with the war on terror, but the enemy gets a say too. And as we saw with the ISIS-K attack that killed 13 Marines, and a Navy sailor. As we're seeing with these rocket attacks, what the old saying is, you may not be interested in war, but war is interested in you. And we have just, for 20 years, built networks in Afghanistan of people, of friends that have been trusted that can get us intel, and all that's going to be wiped out. And I tell you, all you have to do is see these things like Operation Pineapple Express, these retired, special forces members that are in there getting their friends out. And, those are the great things about America. But you see the networks that we had built, and unfortunately, those are going to go away.
Yeah, the New York Times this morning, Congressman, is reporting that as for the Afghans who have aided the U.S. military, there is no concrete plan to get them out. We spoke last week to a Marine Corps major who personally worked to get someone out, and his family who had saved his life or helped to save his life. I know you touched on it briefly just a moment ago, but how does it sit with you knowing that there are so many on the ground desperate to get out? We know the Taliban are looking for them, or at least reportedly, in some cases, going door to door looking for them. How does that sit with you this morning?
Well, it's awful. Look, I've been dealing with this Afghan and Iraqi civ issue prior to for the entire time I've been in Congress, 11 years. And at the beginning of this year, after Joe Biden started saying we were leaving, we were ringing the bell hard. Like, this has to get done. This has to get done. And it was slow. And, look, it's the reality is we make a promise to these people. And this is important, not just for our honor today, but what happens when we have to get involved in combat again. And what you're seeing, my staff has been on the phone with people. I've been on the phone with people all day, every day, trying to make connections to get people home. And the sad thing is, and please, if somebody takes this as a partisan shot, fine. But that maybe shows more about our broken politics. The sad thing is there are these retired members of the military that are doing more to save these people than many in the government. Not the military members that are, bravely guarding that airport, but the government is not going outside the wire to get these people. So I think, look, it's a sad moment, and I'm glad our people are going to be home and safe, but I have a feeling this war is just going to go on longer and longer.
So interesting, you're talking about the civilians' efforts to try to get out. Tell us what you know about what's been going on.
So look, I would encourage anybody to look up Pineapple Express, not the movie, but it was named after the movie. And it started with an effort to get one Special Forces Afghan soldier out of Afghanistan. And it turned into basically them being former U.S. Green Berets and others, in essence, an underground railroad network. And by the end of that, by the time they were basically discovered and they couldn't be useful anymore, they had gotten 500 people out. I was using organizations like this Pineapple Express to get people out of Afghanistan because U.S. military was not going outside of the wire. It's not their fault. That's the commands they were given. But there were many behind the wire, U.S. Marines, etc., that were violating the orders of their superiors to come over the line to get these people out. And they're going to be heroes, and movies are going to be made of these people someday.
Well, I can't speak for Sylvia, but it's nice to know that you and your staff are working feverishly to help as many people as you can, and we certainly appreciate your time this morning, Congressman.
Anytime.
Yeah,
You
thanks
bet,
for
guys.
joining us.